Okay, it is the penultimate, big word, penultimate, second to last. Penult, you found out, was actually a noun.
That's right. You can
Today
say,
is the penult.
yeah. Hey, I didn't hear the last episode, but I heard the penult.
Right. So, yeah, that was it. We were putting a game plan together. I was putting notes together, and then Evil E comes in.
Evil E in the house.
Yes, dropping off some meds.
Laying some smack on the donkeys.
I always, you know what? I will stop any podcast, anything, anytime for Evil E. Evelyn, Neighbor Dave's Evil E. Evelyn, haven't seen her in forever. She hasn't been by the house except at Safeway. And, so yeah, that was lovely. Mm-hmm. She still has a pack of, Marlboro 100s that probably got brought up in the early days of this podcast. But, she dropped off trying to be funny, and then I smoked one, and then returned that pack, saying, here's this pack, unopened and unmolested. So I proved to you that you did not tempt me in any way whatsoever. Wow. And of course, there was one obviously taken out, the rest hanging out, a cigarette butt in the envelope I put in her mailbox. So yeah, I've been going over, it's nerve wracking. Today, it's the day 29 podcast, but that means day 29 was completed yesterday. We taped the podcast referring to the day before. And now it's the day 29 podcast is my day 30. The last podcast will be tomorrow, doing basically a wrap up show about my time in the joint, in the 30
hole.
days in the tin can.
Mm-hmm. The Cooler King.
I'm going to write an autobiography called Lifer about my experiences sleeping in a trailer that I didn't really spend that much time in during the day because all the shit you have to do is not in there. Mm-hmm. There's not enough room for the fucking going through the receipts of the taxes on that little tiny table.
No,
right, to do
right.
taxes in there.
I've stayed in that trailer. I've stayed in all
I
your,
like it.
Yeah.
But you stayed in there in the summer. That has to
that
suck
was
shit.
that was
That's not easy.
No. And also, when you're waking up with a hangover and it's bright sunshine at 6 a.m.
Yeah. The sunshine now is welcome because it heats the fucking place up. I'm still stuttering on fucks because Evil E was just here, and you don't say fuck in front of Evelyn. That's a house rule. One of the only house rules.
Yeah, I always stumble on that one.
I find myself doing it in just general conversation, not saying fuck.
But again, okay, so
unless she's smoking cigarettes, then you can.
So you're on the eve of.
I'm terrified, Brian. I don't know how I'm going to acclimate to the outside world now.
But are you feeling like oh, thank fuck, I can smoke tomorrow?
No, that's not the point. The point was to get to a place where cigarettes are not that much of an issue.
Yeah, I agree. But what I'm saying is you do feel you've gone over a certain bump in the road or a barrier or whatever. You're not standing here tonight going, oh, thank fuck, cigarettes tomorrow.
No, nor am I going, oh, I'm going to get shit-faced.
Right.
Party.
Right.
I want to get more shit done. This fucking podcast has really been the biggest hang-up, knowing that I have to do something where I can't just, even if it's something dumb, like, all right, I'm going to just tear everything out of the crawl space over at the Black Knob house because that's been a fucking years of neglect. We got to get in. But I go, I got to do the podcast. I got to take notes. Mm-hmm. So now not having to do the podcast, we're getting the fuck out of town.
So let me get this.
That's one thing.
All right, because I was excited there because what I thought you were basically saying is the solution to keeping you healthy is to get you more work.
No, the quitting smoking thing, yeah, smoking's not even a fucking issue anymore unless I were around it.
Yes.
Yeah, so
have you been, you have been basically avoiding smokers.
Right. I'm avoiding everyone. I have a whole list of things that I've learned in my 30 days in the hole.
You're like the Dalai Lama of 30 days in the hole.
Right. And things I've learned about myself, about my home life, about the sober experience of the fucking rehab that, I think I really could start doing seminars now.
I think you could.
Absolutely. It's been perfect. You were talking about last night about the guy, people who, that whole, if you fuck up, then you're completely done in. I forget the context of it. Someone sent me an article from the Atlantic about how AA is dog shit.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
And how this guy someone that was in AA, whatever, he was a lawyer. He just got caught up in the ritual of AA where if you fuck up, then they tell you that, the first drink is what gets you drunk. And that's what happens. If you have one drink, you're just going to spiral out of control because alcoholics can't handle themselves. So he just assumed that was true. So every time, I've had 3 cigarettes over 2 nights during this. You don't go, oh, well, I guess I'm back smoking again.
Yes, I was talking about that book about willpower, where the secret is you don't hammer down on yourself when you fuck up. You just go, I fucked up. Won't do it again.
Yeah.
And whereas an AA and other things like that, that's a crisis that has to be addressed as if, we're at DEFCON 1.
Yeah.
So there we are.
I'm fucking gonna watch TV tomorrow all motherfucking day. I have such a glut of things I can't wait to watch. It's killing me when I see on Twitter and the jinx. This is our penultimate show. So tomorrow, the last podcast, I guess, is where I go into a toilet and forget that the podcast is rolling and admit that I killed all those people too. Now I know the end of the jinx.
Mm-hmm.
And haven't seen, but I'm still going to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that. And I guess the Better Call Saul, I don't know if it's good or not. Not seeing a lot of
nobody's saying anything bad about it.
Really?
Really?
Well, when fucking Louis C.K.'s show first started, everyone's going, I don't fucking get this at all. But no one's going to say the emperor wears no clothes.
No.
And then a few episodes were weird enough to go, all right, this is fucking at least interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's still part of a lot of them you go, okay, emperor, clothes. Got it.
Okay.
I watched the first 2 Better Call Saul. The first one was great.
You told me they were great.
Yeah, but you see the second one where you go, all right, you're dragging a lot of, that's like a 20-minute episode you drug into an hour.
Oh, okay.
But a lot of that's me. I'm a guy that I'd fast forward in my life to everything good. Television, like, all right, get to the good part. I don't need to build up. You love this in soccer.
Yes.
I said we watched soccer today.
We watched Arsenal against
soccer. I just happened to be in the room.
I watched Arsenal play Monaco, and typical Arsenal, they almost made it to the last 8. But
I have no idea what Arsenal was winning when I came in.
Yeah, but they were down. They had a deficit they needed to overcome.
Oh,
it was 2 legs, so home and away.
No idea. I just asked. I go, well, if they got rid of that whole, was it offside? Offside rule, would it just be like basketball scoring? And you go, well, it would not. I don't know if it would be that much scoring, but it would lose the dramatic buildup.
Yeah, there'd be very little midfield action, which is kind of that's, you want to see build. I mean, when I used to play football back in the UK, I was a fucking penalty box poacher, and I loved it. And I hated the offside rule, but it wouldn't be much of a spectacle.
No, I don't know that it is now, but even basketball, when I'll watch playoffs in pretty much any sport. And so basketball, I'll record them and then I'll just fast forward to the last 4 minutes and then fast forward then through all the timeouts and fouls, just to get to, get the fucking basket. Okay, good.
Yeah.
And I'm happy I fast forward through chicks talking in my favorite shows, the fucking Ray Donovan and that fucking broad with the worst Boston accent, Ray. You can tell when writers write around a Boston accent, and it's so embarrassing. If it was more likely someone would have said passing gas, they'll write fat.
Yeah.
That's
funny.
They just park the car and they're doing it on purpose because it's clunky words that no one would ever say just to get
What's odd about the Boston accent is you can be not from Boston and not know what the accent is and still say, that's a shit Boston accent.
Yes.
Yeah. There's something odd. It's like,
and she's I loved her in Deadwood, whoever the wife is.
Oh, yeah.
It's such a fucking awful accent. He can get away with it a little bit.
Yes.
Cause he's not fossing it. Sorry. I just spit across the table at you.
Wow.
So yeah, I fast forward to the good parts.
Mm-hmm.
If I happen to fuck, yeah, let's get to that coming part right away. The build up, I don't need anymore. I don't need the drama. I don't even know what I was talking about.
You were talked about this as the penult.
Yeah, the penult. Plans to getting the fuck out of here. I've had such desperate wanderlust to be on planes.
Mm-hmm.
So, we're going up north for a little while.
Does traveling provoke thoughts of smoking?
No, actually, traveling's great. Being on a plane, you can't smoke.
True.
Yeah, pretty much you can't do that.
Okay. Wow. Have you driven more than 3 hours during this period?
I had driven all over the place. Yeah, driving's not an issue.
Okay.
Being around smokers, being fucking alone. That's, again, on the list of things that I've learned. Not having company is fantastic. As much as I love football season and having people over, not having people over, you know how much the house has not got fucked up in the last 2 months or 6 weeks, however it's been since football's over.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you go to bed, you wake up, shit's the same.
Yes.
There's no chairs turned upside down. There's not 85 beer bottles to hump up to the trash can and not recycle. Yeah, so that's fun. We're going to go north for a few days. And then we have to go south then for a few days for business. And then we're going to go way south to an island for a few days, get a tan.
Well, actually, just to complete, you're actually going to go kind of west as well. So you're going to go north, south, east.
East.
And then to come home, you'll go west. So you'll cover the compass.
Right. We'll bang out some frequent flyer miles. So the crazy flights at the end of the year. Then we have some things, some work. Yep. I still got to finish my taxes before we get the fuck out of here.
Mm.
So I'm pretty close. I'll wait till you're out of here. Then it'll be easy.
Yeah,
then we'll lock the door. Hey, you know what? There's only like 3 people that I know of in Bisbee that listen to this. So just gossip spread. So just say that we're out of town as soon as he finished his 30 days and then they just flew off. They were going on like some worldwide, just make up lies. Make up more fantastic lies than I could come up with.
They lay down some landmines and then they left.
Yeah, I think Bingo is when she thumped her melon there in that public spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
Evidently, she jarred something loose, and they're gonna have to take the top of her head off like Laura Kimball and readjust her wires. So until then, they're make any lie up. Laura Kimball did live her last brain cancer surgery. For those paying attention, she's alive and well.
Yeah.
Her husband sent me a picture of her on a porta potty with her head all bald and the big tumor taken out of it.
Yeah, I did some ridiculous, obscure, not important Facebook post, like frankly all of mine are, and on the day in question of her surgery. Like, she liked it. And I was like, wait, you're about to, literally, you've got 20, I know you've got 20 minutes before you're going under the knife and you're going, like.
That's how fucked up not only your ego is.
Yeah.
Social media is fucked up enough, but your ego, like, all right, who's paying attention?
Yeah.
She actually texted me that last night.
Oh.
My husband sent you a picture of me on a toilet after post-surgery and you did not respond? I'm like, all right, I get a bunch of texts and the picture's this big and
But again, there's an interesting thing here, which is that so much to do with mortality is volitional. I don't know if you've ever seen that study which showed that, the big Jewish festival in like Jewish people's lives is Passover, and mortality rates shoot up as soon as Passover is over because elderly Jewish people are like, I'm going to make it through to the next Passover with my family, and then they all fucking die. And it's just astonishing that there is that aspect to like dying that is essentially volitional. It's like, no.
That's the second time you've used it, and I haven't heard another word you said after that. Like, that's a good word.
What, volitional?
That should have been word of the day. Volitional.
You've got a better word than
I do.
volitional.
I have it written down.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have to go back to the pronunciation key. In the Roger's Thesaurus, words for intellectuals, Roger likes to dress up like, what's that guy from Greek mythology with the arrow like this? Like, imagine me in gold lame.
Mercury?
And yeah, I think maybe Mercury. He's firing an arrow into the sky. He's all gold lame.
Yeah.
That's how I picture Roger from Roger's Thesaurus. We've talked a lot about this every time his name comes up. I imagine him in gold lame. He's firing little weird rubber arrows around a party. He's like an old, obviously gay Cupid. There's no straight Cupid.
Oh, that's a good.
That baby did not grow up.
That's
well, if you want to settle the argument, am I born homosexual or is it learned behavior?
Am I born homosexual?
Is it a choice?
Or do I just like archery?
Have you seen Cupid? You think that guy grew up in some Adonis?
Well, no, he is chubby.
Yeah, he's a queer.
Oh,
It's a queer baby.
I just thought he was chubby.
He's a chubby queer. When have you ever seen a Cupid that you go, oh, that dude's going to be a football player?
I must admit, you're opening doors for me here.
I had such a leap right then into someone emailed about Mishka Shubaly. I don't know if he's still in the UK. I do know he's still in the UK. Mishka Shubaly, who does the usual introduction song.
We helped set up a gig for him in Dublin.
All right, good. Yeah, go over. Someone sent me, I just saw that dude play to, like 20 people with no PA. And that guy tore the shit out of it in Cardiff.
Yeah.
I don't know how this jumped into, because the first thing I thought of in Cardiff, actually, we loved being there.
Yeah.
Henry Phillips got pussy.
There you go.
And, I remember some dude, when I read that email today, I remembered some dude stopped me in the street and said, are you Doug Stanhope? And I go, yeah. And he goes, yeah, you're funny. And he gave me a compliment but followed up with a very forehanded backhand of, but you're no Bill Hicks, you know. Sorry, mate.
Fucking
I want to go, you know what? You're
fucking well.
You're probably not anything like your dad dreamed you might turn out to be.
Or indeed you dreamed that you'd turn out to be.
Yeah. But why I wouldn't come up and say that to your face?
I know.
You fucking cunt.
You're a Welsh person.
Yeah. And that's one of those things where you go, you know what? Yeah, you want to fucking say that shit on Twitter, but you'd never say that to my face. Well, that guy did, and I go, what do I do now? Yeah. I don't know what. Just hang on to that for 2 years, evidently, and spit it out into the fucking empty well of a podcast.
Yeah,
throw that down.
The tar pit is emptying.
Clunk.
So what else?
So there's a lot of L's. I got a lot of upcoming the pitfalls.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say where I'm going. So I'm
don't.
Yeah. There's a couple days there we have planned where you go, that might be, but again, I'm not worried.
No.
I will miss the gifts. That's one thing I will miss is, and you know what? You don't have to stop them from coming in. 212 Van Dyke Street, Bisbee, Arizona, 85603. I fucking, yes, every day's goddamn Christmas. And I love it. And Bingo loves it. And if I don't open the gift, Bingo will go, can I open it? Are you going to open that? So you have leftovers on your plate when you're leaving Denny's drunk. And you going to finish your hash browns? You forget to open one package.
We're going to finish. Hi, this is Bingo Bingerman. I have a pocket full of letter openers, and I'd like to open all your packages because I'm looking for sugary chewing gum, a sugared gum, maybe a caramel appetizer. All sorts of things could be in this package. I want to put my nose on it like a bloodhound and try to sniff out any kind of caloric carbohydrate.
Today, gift. Yeah, where's the gift? Okay, hang on. First of all, we get a lot of the gifts today were from me to me.
Oh yeah. And I like those gifts.
First of all, this is one thing I thought I'd get some feedback from Twitter when I said, hey, here's a good gift giving idea. Give someone for their birthday, get them an old magazine from the month and year of their birthday. Birth. And I always thought that was a great little unique scam. I'm not creative. I don't know you. My friends, I don't know what you like, Brian Hennigan. You don't ever talk about shit. Yeah. You have some secret life. It's your personal life.
I go back to my Batcave.
Right. So, all right, well, get him something Scottish again.
Oh, gee. Keep going.
So, so I got myself some presents. I got myself a Playboy,
from the year of your birth.
Yeah. March of 67. Hey, don't forget my fucking birthday. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. March, 25th.
Yeah.
I will be 48 years old.
In human years.
Right. And when I get back from my little, I have to get out of here. It's exactly works out to 2 weeks. Got 30 days in the hole, and then we'll have a few days here, and then we'll do 2 weeks of, remedial. It's like a halfway house. Cause I can't just be released from the trailer back onto the mean streets. And there's fucking, as Brendan Walsh would say, gum-chewing teenagers out there, smoking cigarettes at the corner store.
Yeah, Brendan Walsh says a lot of things.
Yeah, they're going to make me feel cool if I smoke, and I have to stay away from those people, so I have to stay in a lot of Delta Sky Clubs. So, I think the 2 weeks of, trying to wean myself back into this society and the community and stay away from those smoking people.
Let's just call it a fortnight of fortitude.
Yeah. So I want to have a fortnight. I don't know what that means.
It's a fucking, that really annoys me because there are all sorts of British things that make no sense, and I'm happy to concede defeat in all of them. But calling 2 weeks a fortnight, which basically means 14 nights, right, that should be a part of everybody's speech. A fortnight, it means 2 weeks. And it sounds better than 2 weeks. A fortnight.
Well, a halfpenny is a half a penny, so it should be a ha-month.
Oh, there we go. We're going to have a ha-month of happiness. That's what you're going to do.
A ha-month.
A ha-month.
No, I'm doing I don't know, would that be Cockney or fucking the people who, I watched some dumb show. Remember right before Rehab Bingo? We watched that on Netflix. It was like some...
Oh, not fucking Penny Blinders, whatever the fuck it's called.
No. This is a reality show, like the lowest fucking level of reality show where they, people who shoplift and shit, they follow them around and they're going to teach you the secrets. And
in London?
Yeah. And this guy just all his, THs were Fs.
Oh, yeah.
I don't get paid at the end of the month.
Yeah.
So stealing is my own way of, I don't know. All right. So yeah, what kind of accent would that be? Or is that just
it's interesting because I know somebody who talks like that and it's not necessarily an accent. There is actually a speech impediment which you hate, which makes you do that. So but given where you're talking about London, that is an accent.
Yeah, I thought it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. Anyway, I got, this was one of the gifts I got today.
Back to the gifts.
Silicone ink.
Oh.
Yeah. Silicone tray chic.
Spell it. Can you spell it out? How does it spell? Silicone.
Silly, S-I-L-L-Y, cone, all one word. C-O-N-E. Silicone. Okay. Like silicon, but it's silicone. Cone. Mm-hmm. Silicone is a design patent pending product line of high gloss FDA approved silicone purchased from Dow Corning of the United States. Our products go beyond traditional ice trays. They're actually molds that can be used with a myriad of edible mediums from butter to chocolate and for craft projects like crayon letters and numbers. They're
They're
silicone ice trays that have you can get them in either letters or numbers. The letters, let me show you. Let me show you how it works. Well, they just sent me the numbers. They gave me 48 for my 48th birthday, and they sent a card that said happy birthday. So here you can get either, like, if you get like zeros, you could get an ice tray that's all zeros, or if you like ones or twos, they also come in 3s, 4s, and 5s, and then there's a specialty line, 6s, 7s, 8s. Doesn't show 9s on there. Do you? Oh wait, there 9 is that's the
surely again
major.
9 can be 6.
Yeah. Oh wow, they're burning people.
Yeah.
If you're going to Silicone Inc. and you're getting the fucking
they sent you a gift
6s. All right.
Okay, but having said that,
don't open your mouth if you don't know the shot.
Yeah, wait. Having said that, I do have in front of me, which you don't, the FAQ page on their website.
Okay.
The first FAQ on the silicone website. Will your silicones make my breasts larger?
Oh, that's right. I did read this.
Yeah.
They're actually funny. Did you?
Yeah.
There's another one. Go ahead.
Yeah. Forgive me. We don't manufacture that kind of silicone. Our silicone only increases penis size. Dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Oi.
This is definitely a patent pending corporation.
Yes, it is.
The patent approved would never allow this shit.
Second question on the FAQ page. Is Coldplay the greatest band ever?
Is Coldplay the greatest band ever? And they responded?
Oh. They responded, Coldplay is okay. We wouldn't say they're the greatest band ever. That's like
what are you from the UK or something? I know that's on there.
Yeah. You must be from the UK, question mark.
There's
just really like Gwyneth Paltrow.
There's one where one of the links, they have a map of the United States, like a color-coded map of the states, and it says, where is Ohio? And dark red is Ohio. And then all the surrounding states are very close to Ohio. But
wow, that's interesting. That shows they must have divergent FAQs depending on where you look them up. Because that answer which you've quoted isn't on my fucking FAQ.
What?
All I've got is why Ohio? And it says, first, Ohio kicks ass. You should definitely move here. Second, we have the most astronauts. So we basically rule space.
All right. Well, no, not the FAQ. Is another link. The point is, they get some funny shit.
Yeah.
But they have fucking letters and numbers for ice trays. Like, it sounds like they can do some shit with this.
That was interesting.
I didn't want to goof on it, but listen, hey, Silicone, I appreciate that you guys listen to the podcast. And I know, as much as I shit on you, I fucking know you're going to be laughing in your dumb chairs and your dumb cubicles while you wait for this company to finally take a shit. Because you have it shows you have ice trays that make either letters or numbers. Let me read some of the copy. Our single number trays are the perfect way to, quote, number theme any party or celebration, from an 8-year-old birthday party to a 50th wedding anniversary. Ring in the new year with year-themed candles, ice, and chocolates. The possibilities of what you can create are infinite. Imagine having number 8 ice cubes in every child's juice glass and a take-home crayon favor molded into the number 8. Endless possibility. You could do that with 9 or 4.
Uh-huh.
And then it shows you can make the word dad on pancakes. Well, you'd have to buy 2 different things, because there's only one D in the fucking letter thing. So if you want to put dad on the pancakes in the butter, you'd have to...
if you want to put dad on the pancakes and you don't know how to work a
or you'd have to spend $14 plus shipping to get an extra tray with a D. Like anything you want to spell, fuck. How do you spell necessary? Is it 1 C and 2 R's, or is it... Or 2 S's?
If we had silicone in our fucking... drunken Shark Tank, what would we say to them?
But make dicks. How about, make things into dicks. People buy dicks. They don't buy eights.
Yeah. Like, how can you have
titties and dicks?
Yeah. Make something like a big fucking fleshy vulva.
Yeah, make that. Make real dolls.
Yeah.
Fuck ice cubes.
Yeah.
Who needs ice cubes?
Present dad.
I'm a drunk. I see those ice trays. I go, that's going to dissolve in fucking seconds.
Yeah.
I want a giant chunk of ice.
Yes. So what's bigger than like a big buttock?
Yeah. Make that silicone into a rubber pussy. Jesus, you'll never run out of people.
The possibilities are endless.
Hook up with the Fleshlight people and Joe Rogan.
Yeah. That's our advice for you.
No, I really should.
But they were nice to you.
I know. I should have just taken this and I should have done a fake commercial out of this.
Mm.
Hey, do you ever want numbers for ice cubes? Well, there's hope now. You don't, silicone, you don't even have a proper website. I found you, and then Brian Hennigan Googled this exact same spelling of he couldn't find you.
Yeah, it was kind of difficult.
No, you did find him. You
no,
just read
I know,
the
I know, but
FAQ.
it wasn't instant. It did, no.
Oh, yeah, you had to search around.
It wasn't foolproof.
Thank you, silicone, for the 4 and 8 ice cubes. I'm going to be drinking these alone in a foreign country.
But can I
just have to learn how to say silicone? Silicone and 4 and 8 in Spanish.
I just want to. I want to endorse
Ocho.
my own gift to myself, which is California's Hanger Vodka, and it is fucking awesome. And I bought it myself. They didn't send it to me, and it's fucking great. And it comes in a cool bottle.
That and the 42 Below, Big Joe actually sells both of those up at the where you get that.
Yeah.
At the Bisbee Highway 92 fucking sandwich and what? Bisbee Beverage, that's it. Thank you, honey.
It's like it's like the hipster stop off before you get to Safeway.
Listen, this is the best gift. And this came from a gift I got earlier in the 30-day thing. There was an advertisement on the back of this 1965 news year in review catalog-y thing. And on the back page was this book, It's Fun to Be a Polak, where you send in 75 cents plus a nickel of shipping or whatever, and then you wait 6 to 8 weeks to get this in the mail. And I go, that's got to be
Is this from the era of X-ray specs and things like that?
1965.
Okay.
So, and so the full back page is crack up your friends. You'll be the life of every party with It's Fun to Be a Polak. Polak. And the cover is a guy in a wife beater, like a slumly alcoholic with a bulbous Ernest Borgnine nose, carrying a beer with a garnish on the can and striped boxers.
That's rather sophisticated for that era. But, yeah. Okay.
It's fucking... So now I'm going to crack up the party.
Yeah.
Hey, what is distinctive about a Polak airliner? Polak. Like they use, like, I remember when Polish jokes were still kind of popular when I was a kid. And even, they use Polak where it's like, that's a weird place to put it. Like, what's distinctive about a Polish airliner? We would say.
Right.
It's still discriminatory.
Yes.
And shitting on them. But they've just put in Polak. Like if you're trying to do racist black jokes,
yes,
you'd say, hey, what's a black airline like? You wouldn't say, what's a nigger airline like? Like, you're just an inappropriate piling on of,
yes.
What is distinctive about a Polak airliner? It has hair under its wings.
I don't know.
There's a terrible, it's 1965.
I know, but I didn't realize, I mean, I'm not entirely, okay, here's the thing. We have a different Polak experience, so to speak, because we don't use the word Polak, and the Polish people that came over to the UK were, frankly, they made the place better, because you'll remember from your immigration program from Channel 4, they're good looking and they're effective in their work. So they actually improved the place. And what is like when you talk about that, like, is like, what does like mean Polak? Like, I don't understand necessarily what that means in American culture.
It was just a derogatory word only because of Polish jokes.
Right.
Like, if blonde jokes.
Okay.
Well, where does this whole blonde people are stupid thing even come from? I don't know. I just understand that why the joke is funny.
I see.
But over the course of times, this is a history in comedy for you. Over the course of book jokes,
yes,
I've heard the same jokes told about at least 10 different people. Like the Polish jokes, it would become Iranian jokes during the Iran hostage thing. And then whoever Libyan jokes, whoever the enemy is, or the destitute people, you just hear the same joke. All right. That's the same theory.
Right.
So yeah, I have no idea why Polish people were ever, if you know the etymology of that, don't send it to me, because every time I say, hey, send me that, 800 people send it to me.
Yeah. But you did try
I
these
appreciate
out.
that.
You tried this out on Junior Stopka tonight.
Yes, Junior Stopka. Oh, I zung him up the fucking...
Yeah.
Junior Stopka is going to L.A. He's doing Last Comic Standing. He's got... This is almost... It's bigger than football. This is Rudy. This kid is Rudy. Junior Stopka. He's... retarded Rudy.
Take us onto the field. That's the last theme in Rudy, the soundtrack.
Absolutely, like the biggest long shot and the funniest fucking dude.
What's the
tell that Norm Macdonald. You tell that Roseanne Barr.
Yeah.
There's a kid coming to town, and they're judges on Last Comic Standing. Yeah. You'll feel the fucking weight.
Yeah. So was there ever what was the last long shot horse that won something big in America?
Shit. Buster Douglas is the first thing that comes to mind, and that's 30 years ago.
Junior Stopka's the Buster Douglas
of Last Comic Standing.
Last Comic Standing.
In that they're both destitute right now. They're both punchy, probably drunk, and destitute.
Oh, Junior Stopka, Last Comic Standing. Don't forget it.
Hey, Junior Stopka.
Yeah?
Why are Polacks forbidden to swim in Lake Michigan?
He should know that.
No, he's right there. You're a Chicago boy. He's probably he's with Andy Andrews right now. They called me drunk. Why are Polacks forbidden to swim in Lake Michigan in case there's no sign where you're standing? Because they leave a ring around the whole lake. It's fucking because you're filthy fucking Polacks.
By the way, that was very good strategizing to have Andy Andrews hang out with Junior Stopka so that Junior Stopka can see in this twilight of his well, not twilight, in this even song of his career. No, that's not right. In the beginning of his career, he can see that if he doesn't fucking concentrate and get a fucking set together, he's you're sitting with the future there.
Yeah, no. He does well.
He does.
He does well.
He does. Junior Stopka understands.
He's gonna fucking understand, because if he doesn't clear the first round, I can't even talk about that.
No, he's gonna clear the first round.
Yes. All right. That's we'll figure all that out.
Yeah.
Okay. What else? Let's quickly go to a break that we're not actually taking, because we can't take a break because Chaille can't edit, so we can't stop talking. So I think, what are we at? What time are we at?
I have no idea.
Shit. That's right. Yeah, we're fucking. Let's get out of here. We have to close strong tomorrow.
Wait.
We have to either close strong or we close long.
Well, actually, we're only at 40 minutes.
That's all right. We're just still going to go towards the close.
All right. Okay.
Because tomorrow we close strong or we close long. If it stinks, we'll just keep fucking kicking it and we'll make it a 5-6 hour fucking thing, to the point where they're just going to look and go, 7.5 hour podcast. I'm not fucking doing that.
Mm-hmm. Your fans can do that.
No, I don't. If they do, they'll just be happy they made it all the way through. They won't even say that stunk. They'll just go, I did it. It's like a fucking marathon.
Yeah.
You run a marathon, 26 miles, and then you'll get shrapnel and you lost a leg at the end.
Yeah.
You're not going, oh, that stunk. You go, I did it. I still crossed the finish line, and I stared across the fucking courtroom at that guy afterwards.
Yeah.
With my stump.
Yeah.
You go, you didn't break me. I'm going to learn to run again on the spring.
Darn.
All right. You get my point.
Mm-hmm. What are you drinking, Doug?
What am I drinking? I'm drinking my favorite Hawaii glass. That should be the picture of this penultimate podcast would be what? Yeah.
This should be the photographic.
No, don't take pictures like this. We take pictures like this every night, and I'm wearing the same clothes. I'm wearing the same fucking stinky, filthy clothes. I have to dress up tomorrow.
You do.
And we got to take some goddamn pictures
Proper
in front of that
pictures.
trailer.
Yeah. I got the camera.
All right.
So what are you drinking? What's in the glass?
Someone on a UK girl. I think her name was Campbell. Hillary Campbell? Something Campbell?
Yep.
She sent me some PDF of old bartender book and then suggested via the tweeter that, hey, try the Charlie Chaplin tonight. And I went, that's great, because I didn't have a drink planned and I didn't feel like looking up shit because Chaille was doing all that. And she said, it's equal parts gin, liquor, gin, liquor, lemon, and apricot brandy. And I go, that's easy. It's fucking equal parts of the all three. And it stinks. It's, you did say lemon, and we looked it up. Lime and lemon, it's the same.
But here's the thing. I also did some investigating because we looked at that fucking dog. Jesus.
Ichabod, shut the fuck up!
That's Henry, dickhead.
No, that was
Henry
Ichabod.
just wanted out.
No.
How dare you defend that dog?
She said, you've been sold a pup, a pig in a poke, whatever it's called, in the sense that, pig in a poke. You've been sold a pig in a poke. Because, again, it's great when people come up with suggestions, but it needed to be, Charlie Chaplin is actually slow
gin,
and
which
not
is sweeter.
It's made with, it's basically
slow berries
infused with what amounts to plums, which make a huge difference into this rather tart thing you're drinking just now.
I saw that when I went back to check the recipe. That's where I got the other recipe that said limes, and I went back to what you said because I saw slow gin yet again. Yeah, and I went back to what you said when I said which type of gin, and you went, they're all the same.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, but slow gin is different from slow gin. Isn't like Tanqueray or fucking Gordon's or whatever. Slow gin's a different manifestation of gin.
We didn't get into the conversation for long enough, and that fucking cunt Hillary Campbell from the UK,
unbelievable.
Jesus, she just said gin. I know you have to shorten your tweets, but you don't cut out the most fucking specific part. The
slow gin.
Yeah, you cut out the greeting or the salutation.
Yeah.
Just tweet the exact recipe and don't even tell me who you are or why you're tweeting. I skip most of them anyway. Fuck, I feel like I'm forgetting something.
You are forgetting something.
I don't know. Shit, the doctor. I went to the doctor today. There you go. I went to the doctor to get my referral to a surgeon to get my hernias done after this. It was the key because you're quitting smoking. All right. You get that coughing out of your system, and then you can get your hernia and your mesh. And I went to the doctor down here at the clinic, steps away, even though I drove the block and a half. I was late. I was trying to make a goddamn breakfast sandwich, and it was the same doctor that looked at Bingo's skull the other day. He didn't remember me. He didn't remember me from when I saw him the first time when I was going to Australia. And I went in there to get my Xanax re-upped. And he goes, for flight anxiety, he goes, you want Valium. I was in the military. He's a retired lieutenant colonel. He was stationed at Massawa Air Base. Like shit on his wall. And I'm like, you were at Massawa? I played there in 94. I opened for Jimmy Walker. Me and Becker were there, this later tour in 94. Anyway, he's like, He's like, no, you want Valium. Valium's way better. I used to fly overseas over there all the time. Yeah, of course, you're a fucking pilot. And a lieutenant colonel, doctor pilot.
Yeah.
So I went in and he's, cause I get the shoulder too, which, has been, diagnosed via this podcast.
Which is as close to fucking John Hopkins as you can get on the internet.
Yeah. Through email, a woman claiming to be a woman and a massage therapist said almost definitely torn rotator cuff. So I know that going in. I got that solid in the bank.
Yeah. You rode up there with the confidence of having Christian Barnard.
I was laid over. I can't remember the town to save my life. Yes, I can. It's in a shitty part of town that they're gentrifying. God damn it. I remember the neighborhood. I went to a Mexican restaurant and I waited to go at Chaille's down the street. Fuck, I remember everything about it. I laid over the merch booth when I first found my ventral hernia.
I remember. It was a plastic table.
Yeah, the plastic merch table. And, I had some. Don't talk off mic, honey. You know better.
Sorry.
She's shouting off mic. It's slightly better.
It's better. It's not Gretchening if you're shouting. You're good. I'm just saying, stifle yourself, Edith.
Or as we call you, PF.
Archie Bunker. Stifle yourself, Edith.
I didn't realize that.
Jeez.
Different reference altogether.
Wow. I try to do Archie Bunker. It still comes out fucking Jerky Boys. It's the
I
only
know.
character
That was
I can do.
right. So it's gone. You're diagnosed with
So I go in there and I said, I just need a referral to a surgeon.
Mm-hmm.
I got 2 hernias going on. I got a ventral hernia and an inguinal. And then I also have seems to be a torn rotator cuff. And he goes, they're not going to fix that. There's no way. I'm like, great. As that was one less thing. I don't want to do these things. I feel like I should get surgeries while I have my insurance in place. And he just dismisses they're not gonna fuck with someone your age having a rotator cuff. Yeah, he's cut to the hernias. So I go the ventral and I take off my shirt and I do the sit up that makes it pop out like alien. He goes, oh, there it is. It's definitely there. Yeah. Oh yeah. And he goes, what about the inguinal? How did you know you had that? And I go, I'm a stand-up comic. And I yell a lot. And he's like, oh, I had stand-up comic. I had another stand-up comic in here. Wait, is that you? I go, yeah. He goes, you're going to Australia. I said, yeah. And you gave me, Valium. You talked me into Valium instead of Xanax. And I cursed you for a month because that shit didn't work at all. He's like, oh, it's weird. Because most people, it works better, but I'll give you Xanax again. Don't worry about it. When do you go back out? I go, not till, Canada, till, June. So no hurry. And he's like, okay. And then he's like, with the inguinal. Now, I was kind of paying. I don't like to fucking take my fucking dick out in front of people that aren't going to be horrified.
Huh?
Like, I don't mind taking my dick out if no one's expecting it.
Oh, right. I see.
A park or something.
Right. Okay.
But when you have to take your dick out, and doctors, especially a retired lieutenant colonel, is going to like, just fucking man up and...
Yeah.
So I'm like worried the whole time. All right, you're gonna have to take your dick out for him to poke. That's your groin.
I see.
Your fat upper dick area is where your fucking hernia is.
Oh,
in that crease. Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm wearing my pajama pants, and he's like, "All right, yeah, just show me the inguinal." I'm like starting to pull down my pants on the table. He's like, "Stand up." He's sitting in a chair, and I'm like, "All right," and I could pull it down, like with my thumb, and then keep the underwear up over my junk, but I don't want to look like a fucking pussy.
Yeah.
So I just fucking drop my trowel, and he's like kind of almost face level, a little higher than face level with my fucking cock and balls, and you see him like viscerally turn away a bit, like, you didn't need to do that. You could have just like thumbed half of it down, you fucking faggot. I still remember on the trail today when I started making and you go, what's the matter? I go, nothing. And you just thought it was one of my quirky things. I thought about that moment where I just made a hugely bad choice of just dropping my fucking, and I thought about that and I audibly expressed it while we're walking the dogs up the horse trail. And I went, what's the matter? Nothing. Just, making weird sounds, which
but after that though, his diagnosis.
Well, as he's like, yeah, that's definitely, he like put his index fingers, he 3-finger poked it with these 3.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, well, cough for me. And you're right back to, 3rd grade.
Yeah.
Checking you for hernias. Why was that fucking necessary? That's going to be the biggest pedophile thing ever. Has anyone ever looked into that? Like, every kid had to get hernia checked.
I never had that.
in Massachusetts, it was a thing. Put it on a plate, Pops. Put it on a plate.
What?
That was Bobby Sheen used to say that about the hernia check. We didn't know what it meant, but we laughed our asses
in my
off.
life.
Yeah, it was a fucking hernia check. They didn't check us for anything else. I mean, I guess you get measles shots or something. But yeah, you'd have to go down and get fucking hernia checks. Hey, Jeff, my brother doesn't fucking listen to this podcast, you dick. You borrow money from me, but you don't fucking listen to my stupid podcast.
He's like fucking
You're
one of
gonna
those.
listen now, aren't you?
Yeah,
you
one of these tiny European countries.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking start telling Jeff Stanhope stories. Yeah, that's what, I'll name the podcast that. You fucking let's find out what happened with the hernias in Massachusetts. All right.
So, but the point is the outcome.
So he's on the computer. I'll find you a surgeon. It's probably going to be Sierra Vista. You don't want to do it right here in town. Okay, gotcha. or Tucson, whatever you like. And then as he's typing away, I said, a ventral hernia is where your six pack is like those muscles split down the middle. Well, they're tenuously attached anyway, so they're not attached. So right beneath your
breastplate,
but what's this clitoris at the bottom of your rib cage?
Oh, that
xiphoid process. I think she knows, but it's not the bone. It's a whatever sternum. Thank you. That's what I was looking for. Not xiphoid process. Thank you, Bingo. Thank you. She's our man in the booth. It splits open. So when you do a sit-up, your innards kind of come between the two walls of muscle and make an alien head.
Yeah. No,
and I said, I don't really need to get that fixed, do I? Because there's no chance of that getting strangulated. I could just ignore that one. And he spins around from his laptop and he goes, you can ignore both of them. And I go, really? He goes, yeah. I've been in he said, I have probably 2 bilateral hernias. I've had them for like 33 years, and I've never once in 30 something years of doing this heard of anyone having a strangulated hernia. And if you did, you'd have warning, there'd be pain. And I just don't do it. Like, it's just when you sit down a lot, like I have to sit through classes we'd have to sit through classes. Yeah, I'd get pain down my legs, but yeah, it's other than that. I'm like, oh, you can just ignore it. Which is my default process.
I know, but I feel you're taking advice from somebody who's like giving advice to you as if you're on the fucking beach at Iwo Jima going like, can he make it to the front line? And he's going, sure.
Even more of a reason to bite on this, Brian, because that is a fucking old crusty Clint Eastwood Lieutenant Colonel retired,
Hamburger Hill, whatever,
parentheses, RET, Lieutenant Colonel Marine Corps saying, you can be a man, follow your instinct, man. Yeah, that was my instinct, Colonel. It was my instinct, is ignore it. And then I came to you, and but this is the guy. You seconded the vote.
Wait, this is
Hang on.
Okay.
Then I go to the shoulder.
Oh, yeah.
And I go, so this I can just, like,
the alleged torn rotator cuff.
Yeah. Well, he said that almost every shoulder problem is a rotator cuff. And then he went through these, series of things like range of motion things.
Yes.
Okay. To see which muscle, cause there's a lot of muscles that connect to the rotator cuff. And, all right, do it this way. Well, that's weird. Cause usually if you have a torn rotator, this is the problem. Believe me, I know I have both of my rotator cuffs have been torn for 30 years. I know it's weird, but I'm at an age where your doctor has had every problem you have. So he's got double hernias. I get 2 hernias. He's got 2 hernias. I have a fucking rotator cuff. He has 2 torn rotator cuffs. And I've lived with him for 30 years. Both of them 30 years. And my wife has a torn rotator cuff. And there's some exercises you can do. Sometimes if you sleep on it funny, sometimes we have to switch sides of the bed. Just live with it. Suck it up, faggot.
This guy has the secret to how Obamacare is going to work. Cause he's basically saying nothing needs treated.
He said, you know what? I can send you to a surgeon. Cause I go, I'm kind of with you on this, just
not
ignore
treated.
it thing. He goes, really? Cause he stops typing for a minute. He goes, yeah. He goes, I can I can send you, but it's a surgeon. Surgeon's going to tell you need surgery because that's what surgeons do.
Yeah.
And he's got my confidence. He also, when I showed him the ventral, he did, I'm going to just squeeze on your belly here. And he squeezed around. He goes, your liver, that's not big. And one other, you had me at liver. One other organ is fine. But when he said my liver is fine, because I've had other doctors when we're in the depths of a road binge, including Mother's Secret Doctor. Yeah. He goes, yeah, this feels like there's definitely damage there, but liver's resilient. Don't worry about it.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, well, that guy was hammered out in front of a bar. This guy's at least at work.
All right,
a sober Marine, ex-Marine.
Okay.
You're never an
So
ex-Marine. You're always a Marine.
the fucking, the denouement is...
He said this about the rotator cuff, which made perfect sense. He goes, you know what? This is a rotator cuff. That can be a career-ending injury for a professional athlete. And he said, and these guys have the best medical care you can get. They have the best surgeons. And that doesn't even work. I'm like, all right, so yeah, I'm fucked. If you can't fix whoever, John Elway,
Yeah.
they're not fixing a fucking Doug Stanhope, you fruit. Now beat it with your wines and your lumps. So, and then at the end, he goes, well, all right, I'm just going to write down, we'll keep an eye on the hernias.
Oh, funny.
And I'm going to give you, I want to say Neosporin. That's not it. Naproxen, some anti-swelling.
Inflammatory.
Yeah, for the shoulder. And he goes, well, why don't I just, so you don't have to come back, I'll just fill your Xanax prescription for Canada.
Good.
For June. We'll
Thank
do it now.
fuck. He did
I'll just double it.
Good.
Oh, you're doing Europe and the UK after that? Allegedly. Maybe my doctor knows a little bit more than you know.
So
yeah, he sent me home with all the answers I wanted and Xanax. And that's what I'm taking from my last night in the trailer. I'm going to have one more of these overly fucking tart Charlie Chaplin's. Yeah.
Tart.
Yeah. Chaplin got an edge.
Yeah.
Later years.
Not like fucking Shirley Temple's. They're kind of sweet.
Yep. Maybe it fucking... Do we have that... What's that goddamn grenadine? I'll throw that some...
Oh, grenadine's a fucking monster.
All right. I'll just can this and we'll do one more of something else.
Okay, one thing I do want to... Right, you have talked about before. We have to get your fucking teeth looked at.
Yeah. Oh, especially what? You mean after that fucking... bar rescue boondoggle where I had to look at these teeth on if I had to brush these teeth on fucking 60 inches of high definition,
okay,
I might have gotten some caps.
If it turns out you're coming at some point to LA, you're going to the guy.
Oh yeah. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just get out of the public eye. that might be easier.
A fucking hijab would save a lot of work.
I have no idea what that means.
Keep going. Is there anything else you have to? What's on your list?
That's it. I get the word of the day.
Word of the day,
and the second to last song of the day. I love everyone who tweets me with your favorite songs from this. First of all, I love that you listen to the whole thing and that you're paying attention. And most of you are exactly on my page with the ones that are my favorites. We'll do this tomorrow on the last podcast. But, yeah, there's a couple, there's two that I would be torn between. And I'm trying to make it hard on you, but I did front load some fucking monsters.
You did.
But yeah, we'll see. Tonight's it's a standalone.
So your choice for the penult is what?
Well, we got to do word of the day.
Oh, sorry.
Word of the day is brought to you by silicone, if you can find them. If you want numbers in your drink instead of block ice cubes.
If you just can't use whipping cream from a fucking aerosol can.
Berthenia, why do you look so down?
Barthenia? I don't get that. What?
You want to do it? Get in here. We can't edit. You got to jump up. All right, too late. We were practicing a fake commercial earlier.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. This podcast is brought to you by It's Fun to Be a Polak, illustrated, written, and compiled by Ed Zubskiewicz and Jerome Kulagowski and Harvey Krolka. Jerry K. also. Yeah, that's it's fun to be a Polak. I don't want to waste all this material. We have to fill tomorrow. All right, the word of the day. Contumelious.
Boom!
Dang. Contumelious?
Yeah.
Whatever does a contumelious mean?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what it is. And how many of the words of the day? I wish someone actually did tweet their favorite word of the day was really? I think punctilious. The last one I saw.
Punctilious.
Contumelious means insolently humiliating and abusive, contemptuous, insulting. I love how many words of the day I just picked because I either want to be described as that, I feel some connection to the word.
But you know what?
Contumelious. What? What are you going to say?
I think a lot of the words of the day, and I know you hate this, but a lot of the words of the day, the ones you like the most, are the ones that sound the most fucking Latin. And that is why Latin should still be taught in schools in preference to fucking French, Spanish, or any other fucking language. Latin is the dog's bollocks. Like, contumelious is clearly derived. I mean, like, you can imagine there was an emperor, Contumelius, and he was particularly scathing of his subjects. And yeah, so Latin should still be taught in schools, and it'd be far more interesting and far more relevant than most of the fucking languages that people are taught and remember nothing about. If
you get Smart Fuck magazine online, this is some of the clickbait that you get. Top 5 fucking stupidest languages of all time. Yeah. Old Latin emperors that are underrated. Contumelious, number 1.
It's the opposite. It's the opposite. Top 5 underrated are, again, Smart Fuck magazine, like French, overrated. Italian, overrated. German, actually quite good. But fuck the rest of them. Latin's the dogs. It's the dog's bollocks. It's the nuts. It's the cat's pajamas.
All right, grab a cocktail, ladies and gentlemen. I love the fact that you've been here this long. I think it would be hilarious if tomorrow I just tweeted, listen, I'm drinking and smoking again, so there's not going to be a last podcast. I've plotted a million ways to fuck you out of tomorrow, but I can't do it. It's just kind of like I couldn't fuck over that piece of shit John Taffer on Bar Rescue. I feel some obligation.
You're very human.
I hate it about myself because I don't respect it in others. That's not true. This is this song, fucking Magic Dick sweat all over me, playing this song with his giant fucking afro and I think beard and maybe his hairier in my recollection. 1980 at the Worcester Centrum. I saw them on New Year's Eve, and when they fucking burst into this song will just crush anywhere, any party, any fucking mode. They ain't no lyrics. This is just fucking house party. Jay Giles, Magic Dick. Whamma jamma, let me hear you.
Crazy. I get down to it. I said you're gonna move, get it all down, get it all night, get it all right, get it out of sight, and get it down, baby. Yeah. Whamma jamma, let me hear you, digga.